What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. Cousin
Welcome
is
back.
in Miami. How we doing?
Round 2 of the virtual Miami cast. This time I will have much more energy than I did the last time. And we have more people that are watching now. So if you're new, welcome.
Yeah, this is our first, maybe first live audience.
First live audience?
Yeah, I mean you have one person watching.
Oh yeah, I do have someone in the stands. In the stands, she will be here. But one day we'll have like one of those producers that has like the noises, like the bam, 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 bam. We're not there yet. We're still trying to get. Honestly, bro, we're still trying to get you out here. You know, that's
we're working on that.
Yeah, that's one of our next goals. I think that, for whatever reason, bro, God is rewarding us. I'm all on board everything that we're doing right now. I think that it's destiny. I think that it's all going to happen very quickly. And I want to move at speed, bro. I want to get you out here as soon as possible. We're planning a trip for the end of the month. And we're going to have some big guests on, so it's good, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about that today, where we just got to keep this momentum rolling, especially with the power of social media. If you can gain some momentum moving forward and starting to grab, more traction every day, followers, views, engagement, all this stuff, we just got to keep our foot on the gas and just, literally just keep the momentum going. We can't slow down now. Like this is the time, like we got to take it, turn it up a notch.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I think that like we've kind of come across a formula, bro, and like a big part of that formula is just consistency. Like I've been telling everyone like, hey, like this podcast is about to blow, and like everyone's like, how do you know? And I'm like, 3 things: consistency, bigger guests, and structured virality. So like what I mean by that is like we're going to do what we have to do to have like better hooks and, have better topics. And we're going to listen to like what our audience likes. And I think that's important, bro, for like people that are on TikTok or on social media in general is like, a lot of people make content for themselves and it doesn't hit and they kind of quit and give up. When the content that they're talking about or the content that they're posting could be really good, actually, but they're just not addressing what their audience wants to hear. So that's kind of where we're at, bro. We're doing a little bit of a testing game, but bro, at the end of the day, I really don't give a. I mean, like, of course, I would like to make money with this podcast and do it for a living, but at the end of the day, bro, like the only reason why this is working because it's like, realistically, bro, it's just 2 boys like going through life independently, meeting for this shit, and honestly, for me, bro, it's been therapy. I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I don't believe in therapy. But, one of the things that I don't really like about therapy is I feel like sometimes people will dive so deep into their past. And, hey, like, why am I the way I am? Is it my mom's fault? Is it this person's fault? Is it that person's fault? When in reality, it's like, is it worth it figuring out whose fault it is for you being the way you are? Or should you just deal with the way you are in your present moment?
Yeah.
It's like a lot of like, and that's like why I'm such a fan of all this spiritual shit. It's like, bro, like every single spiritual book will bring you back to presence in some capacity, and that's why I love, bro, The Power of Now. The Power of Now is like one of those fucking books, bro, that I read that like really fucking resonated with me, bro. Cause when I read it, I was going through a really tough time and nothing was working. So the only thing that was able to make me feel better was like, taking a step back and was one, being aware of just how fucked up our minds are, reading The Power of Now made me realize that like, it was the first time I ever like listened to my mind and heard it just say all these fucking things, bro. Like the mind is so weird. Like, if I see a tree, it's like, it's not that I just see the tree. It's that I see the tree and my mind goes, oh, that's a tree. That's a pine tree. Damn, my ex-girlfriend broke up with me underneath a pine tree. Damn, I hate my ex-girlfriend. Damn, I wonder what she's doing right now. Let me scroll on her Insta. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just creates all this shit. So,
Yeah.
it's good getting back to the present moment,
Yeah, no, I agree, bro. And that's what I've been going through, in this past week. I have this like right here, this thing, little journal, and yeah, I was never a big fan of therapy, and really didn't believe in, even like the journaling and stuff like that. And this week I kind of, obviously, and I'm not gonna get too deep into like my personal life, but like this has been, a rough week, and but I think it was a necessary week. You know, I was going through it for a little while. We talked about like how I was feeling lost and kind of not knowing, where I was heading, and like what was next. And like I just kept looking in the future, and not worrying about right now, and then thinking about mistakes in the past. And I was just so out of the present moment that, I was just in my own head. And then on top of that, my relationship had kind of, took a turn, an unexpected turn.
Mm.
And in the moment, I didn't think, I'm like asking like why, and then I can honestly say in this past week I've learned more about myself than I have in the last 6 months. I've just been really taking some time to be still and stop worrying so much. Spending a lot of time by myself, a lot of alone time, a lot of time like in my own thoughts, but not in a bad way. I read Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty, and it's been honestly like life changing. It's just been something that I needed so bad because of the like just the way I was moving, like the way I was going about life. Like I was just bunch of bad habits. I was just doing the wrong things, like not, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just in this fucking funk, and it was gonna lead to like I think like failures, in the things that I care about. Um, and one of the main things that I got from the book that's really like enlightened me and opened my mind was finding your values.
Yeah.
So you need to look at your life and think about the things that are most valuable to you, the things that are most dear and sincere to you, the things you care about the most. Then you need to see if you can if the energy and your time and your effort is aligning with those values. And that was a realization check for me, where I looked at the things that meant the most to me, and then I thought about the amount of time and effort I was putting into those, and they didn't align.
Mm.
And that was a reality check for me that I needed. And it was just a humbling experience where I really need to spend more time and effort putting it towards the things that I value the most in life, because that's where you find true meaning.
Yeah, bro, there's something that I fucking love so much about a really terrible breakup or like a really terrible tragedy. And it almost sounds like kind of sick to say. But when someone tells me that they're going through a really tough time, it sounds sick, bro, but I almost want to say congratulations. Because the only reason why people are hearing this podcast and people are watching this podcast is because they can see the pain in my fucking eyes. I think that's a very important part of life, bro, is going through things just from the growth aspect. I was speaking with someone today, just like you, kind of going through a little bit of a breakup, and this person, girlfriend broke up with them after 7 years. They feel fucking trapped, and now it's like sink or swim.
Yeah.
It's like fucking sink or swim. And one of the like, I remember, bro, in my last relationship, I was so dependent on this female. I also like basically broke my back playing college football, so I couldn't even like fucking do my own laundry. But I was so dependent on this female in my last relationship, that I basically like lost sight of Jacob Moscato. I lost sight of myself. And it's like so many people do that, bro, especially in relationships. And it's like, bro, it's easy to do that in a relationship because, bro, you chemically bond with someone, you chemically bond with someone, and it's very easy to become half a person. It's very easy to, instead of waking up early or going to the gym or putting in those extra hours, you know, like, hey baby, like come over, you know, come do this, come do that. And like that's like great and all, and like I think it's important. Um, but you definitely don't want to lose sight of who you are and become half a person. Because bro, if you have, you know, what good is a relationship if there's fucking two half persons, you know? Um, and that's another thing, bro, that I kind of want to hit on with relationships, bro, is like complacency. Like people get into relationships, bro, and they just get complacent. It's like fucking, it's like, you know, you give a guy some beer and some sex, and they give up on all their fucking dreams, you know? Because
Yeah.
it's like instant, bro. It's like it's pleasure, bro. It's desire. It's dopamine. It's fucking serotonin. It's like, you know, it's something that it's easily accessible to have. You know, it's easy to feel good when, you know, a woman tells you you're good, or a woman has sex with you, or, you know, she makes you like, you know, some dinner. But like what feels fucking better in my opinion is climbing Mount Everest. And if your woman cheers you on after that, like it's amazing, you know. But like another thing too is like, I personally feel like your woman should never steer you away from your dreams, and you should never steer your woman away from her dreams. You know, that's something that happens too. Is like, and that's something that I don't even think people understand in relationships. Is like, dude, our purpose is so fucking important, and I think that people in relationships need to understand that if they limit their partner and it fucks with their purpose, their partner will resent them, and they're probably gonna cheat on you, or it's not gonna fucking work out. So I think one of the keys to relationships, bro, is one, striving to be the best person you could be. You can be independent of the relationship, and two, giving your partner freedom to make their own decisions, but having the trust that they won't, I guess, cheat on you or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just something that, you know, I had to look in the mirror this past week and really see what kind of like where I went wrong, and where I kind of um didn't hold up my end of the bargain in the relationship. And I didn't do my part. And like you brought up complacency, and I feel like yes, you can get complacent when you're in a relationship, but you can also get complacent with the relationship. You can already feel that you know what I'm saying, like you got the girl, and like you don't have to try anymore. and
Yeah.
and that's not what you have to do. Like you every day you have to try to, you know, win you know, your partner over again, and you know, and keep that fire lit, because it's really easy to just go about every day and just do the same thing, and it gets repetitive and redundant. And you know, you that fire can fizzle out. And if you don't do the right things and take the right steps to keep that energy and keep that spark going, then that's what's going to happen. So complacency is a big issue in all aspects of relationships. And another thing that I want to, you know, I've been reading about and listening um, to Jay Shetty is the skill of listening,
Yeah.
and how important it is. You know, so many times, how many times in life do we like hear a story that we may have already heard, and we like almost like tune it out because you're like, oh, I already know. But it could be like that little bit of information at the end, you know, that you didn't know, that could be a game changer for you. And that's what I've been trying to do, and not be so one sided in my listening. You need to understand the person's voice that you're talking to, and what their language is, right? Like obviously not in an aspect of like Spanish or English. I'm talking like the way they speak, right? Like the way they can talk, and the way they like to construe you know, like their words, you
Right.
know? Like you have to understand, like there's a difference between hearing people and listening to people. Like you actually have to take time to listen to the words that people say and the things that they feel. You know, a lot of the times, like you said, like what's inside of people, you know, that's what they let out, and it's usually expressed with words. And if you don't take the time to listen and really understand someone else's perspective, that's when, you know, you can clash and butt heads, and it it gets really ugly in that aspect, because in all types of relationships, friendships, business, relationships, everything, you need to learn how to listen to people. And I feel like that's a part of life that's kind of going out the window, because a lot of people, they don't want to listen anymore. Everyone thinks they know everything, and that was part of my problem. I always think I'm right. I always thought I knew everything. I never wanted to see, another person's side. I was, judgmental. All these things, and all these things, they're just poison to you. All these negative habits that I've built up over the years have affected all my relationships, all my friendships, all aspects of life. And it's like you really gotta be self-aware enough to realize you're doing those things, and it doesn't happen overnight. Like I said, like in this past week, I've been like so self-aware of all the things I'm doing. I didn't even know that these were things to look at, or things to search for,
Right.
or that they were even problems. And then, once you understand like the things in life that will improve your life, then you start to search for them. So every day I'm seeing things like, I do that, or I need to stop doing that, or why am I still doing this? Why do I still think this way? And it really just comes from stepping back from everything you're doing, and just being self-aware. Like, bro, I mean, to be transparent with everyone, like, the situation, like, bro, like, I stepped away from college basketball this week. Like, college basketball has been my life since I was 12 years old. Well, like, my dream. And I stepped away from the team this past week. I played a college game on Sunday, on December 4th, and I haven't been back. I had to do that for me. I felt like I was falling out of love with basketball. My personal life, things were going to shit, and it was a moment for me where I was like, I need this. I need to stop doing what other people think, or I need to stop worrying about what other people's perspective of me. Like, I don't even know how people perceive me, but I think about the way that they think about me, and then that dictates my decisions, and the things that I try to do in my life to please other people. And I was sick of it. I was tired of trying to like please everyone, and do things that society thinks is right, or my friends, or all that shit. It just got to a point where like I needed to step away. I needed to be by myself. I needed to learn who I am. And I mean, bro, I'm not gonna change in a week, but this was the start to me changing my life, and changing the way I approach situations, and just the way I handle life.
I love that, bro. You just said so many things, bro, and there's so many like points that I want to touch on. Number one, how to find. Listen, I remember, this past week, bro. There was stuff going on with your relationship, and I remember you were talking to me about like, what did I do wrong? Like, you were like getting introspective about you, and I think, bro, I think that is important. I think that's important to a certain degree. I mean, bro, you want to know? Like why I honestly believe. You want to know why women cheat on men? I was watching Crazy Stupid Love last night, and in the first scene, it was this husband and this wife at the dinner table, and they start the shot with the man's shoes, and it's like this pair of like really fucking bullshit New Balances, and he's wearing this bullshit suit, and they're in this bullshit restaurant, and he's talking about like his dessert, not putting any effort in. And his wife tells him that he wants a divorce. Why does the wife want a divorce? Because the guy got fucking complacent. It's like, I believe, bro, one of the best ways to have a successful relationship is to like, dude, do what you did in the honeymoon phase. Get dressed up, go on dates, take the girl out, let your woman know that she's beautiful. Try, put fucking effort in,
Yeah.
in anything in life. How much fucking effort have we put into this? 46 episodes. We're like just now starting to see something,
Yeah.
and it's like, bro, people do that in relationships. Why the fuck would we shoot 46 podcast episodes, start seeing some success, and then take our foot off the gas? Because you know what would happen if we took our foot off the gas? People would stop fucking watching. And if you take your foot off your gas in your relationship, your girlfriend is going to fucking cheat on you, you know, or break up with you. And so that's one thing. Like, complacency is fucking terrible. Two, you know, for guys out there that want to find a woman, you know, that you know, like, I've been a fucking victim of. I've been someone that does this. It's like, yo, I want this type of woman. But am I that type of man to attract that type of woman? No. I have all these bad habits. I don't do this. I don't do that. And the woman that I want is like exceptional. So why would like in order to get that woman, I need to be that man that woman would want to be with, you know?
Right.
So it's like two pieces of motivation in relationships of, like, I guess, like, not losing your woman, one, and then two, like, getting the woman that you would want to actually be with. And then three, you were talking about listening. It's a very weird, there's a very fine line of, like, learning and growing, because I've battled this, you know. It's like, there are times when you need to take control and be a figure of authority and be the guy that knows it all. And there's also times where you need to step back, because the truth is, bro, like, if I'm speaking with you right now, I'm not learning anything, you know? I'm just saying what I already know. But I feel like that is one of the keys to growth right there, is just getting in conversations with people, actually working on that skill of listening. But also another thing is, like, bro, like, look at your life situation. Like, bro, like, if you're living in your hometown and you're hanging around all of the same people, you could listen to conversations, but you'll probably just listen to a bunch of nonsense, you know? It's like, if you really want to, and that's why I'm such a big fucking believer of leaving your fucking hometown. You know, you want to be better. You want to grow in life, right? Like, how are you going to grow with the same point of view from every single person in your hometown? How are you going to grow if that's the only point of view that you're hearing? Like, bro, I'm talking to a Russian girl right now. You know, she's from Russia. I fucking love it. You know, everything about it, you know, it's cool to me. But it's not, you know, I want to learn more points of view. You know, I want to go to Morocco. I want to go to Spain. I want to do this. I want to go to fucking Kentucky, you know? So that's like one thing that, you know, I'm super passionate about, and I speak about it all the time, is, and even for you, bro, like, you're sitting in the same fucking bedroom that you grew up in. No wonder why you're starting to feel fucking anxious. People fucking feel anxious, bro, internally when they outgrow their place externally. You're becoming larger than where you're at right now. Anytime I go home and I'm in the same room that I grew up in, I'm like, dude, I graduated from this. You know, I can do it for a couple of days. But dude, like, the only reason why I'm even in this fucking position, bro, is because I fucking moved to Miami and I met all these crazy people, and I think that's another reason why people are watching us, bro, is because I have a real life experience, you know, and that's something that people respect and people appreciate. And that's, like, honestly a little bit of a nugget. Like, if you want to network with someone or you want to be attractive to someone else, it's like, how interesting are you? One of the best ways to become interesting is to have life experience. So that's my point, is just move out of your fucking hometown.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a thought today about just everything going on. Like, it's so easy to get lost in it and try to find ways to make yourself feel better, and all these things come in your mind, like, should I settle? Should I just go do this? You know, should I just get this job, or should I just do what my friends are doing? And, like, I just had this thought. I'm like, bro, like, why would I ever do that? You know what I mean? Like, bro, we get one chance at this life. Why would we settle for a mediocre, average life that we could do when you could do it when you're 40? You know, you could do it when you're 38. And, like, you talk about all the time, it's just that sense of security. And, you know, I I'm not a big believer in like religion. Like I was never like a church goer and stuff like that, right? But like I do have faith. I do believe in God. I do believe in a higher power, and like I do talk to God, and like I want to get better at that, right? Like I want to be able to, be a creature of habit where, I pray before I eat every meal because I need to be grateful that I'm eating, and stuff
Right.
like that. So I I I what I realized is you need to be careful what you wish for. You need to be careful what you ask God for because God will give it to you in very mysterious ways. Sometimes I ask him for things, right? Or I'll pray, or I'll be like, I'll just be talking, and like to me, like I feel like he's always listening. And and sometimes you get what you prayed for, you get what you wished for, and you were like, oh shit, like I wasn't ready for that.
Mm.
I didn't mean that. I didn't mean I wanted this. Because you can ask for certain things, but it's not always the way that you want them, right?
Right.
Like maybe the way you thought you were going to receive that prayer or that gift, it's different than the way that God or the higher power sees it. And sometimes those things can come out of left field, and you're like, you just get hit with a curveball, and you're like, whoa, what? You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't ask for this, but it's like you did. So people need to really be intentional of what they wish for and what they ask for, and I'm trying to do a better job of that because we find so many reasons to not be grateful and not show gratitude for all the things we have. And we find reasons to complain when it's like, bro, like we have so much. We have so much opportunity. We have so much like in our life to be as successful as we want, and then we still ask for more. And I want to do a better job of that, bro, because the only way to find like a true meaningful life is to be in the act of service and to give to others. If you can give to others and without asking for anything in return, that's where you find true meaning, right? Like that's where you can receive like true, I feel like, happiness when you give, right? And you are a servant of people, because that's why we were all put on this earth. Because if you give, you shall receive. And those are just like little things that I've picked up on in this past week of just trying to be a better person in that aspect of giving service, showing gratitude, and just being intentional in everything I do.
The best word in the fucking dictionary, bro, is service. It's been the one word for me, bro, that has made me happy over and over and over again, bro. It's selfless fucking films. You know? It's like it's something for me that I know makes me feel good being in service of others, and I always lose sight of it. I was listening to this podcast today. It's like, bro, like you want to know if you're living in purpose? You want to know like if things are happening for a reason? Are you doing what you're best at to the best of your abilities, and are you in service of others? And if the answer is no, you're probably not going to be feeling that good. But if the answer is yes, chill the fuck out because you're right on time, and that's like, I think that's such a good mantra, bro, in general. Like, am I doing what I'm best at to the best of my abilities, and am I in service of others? And service is so fucking important because I think like Harvard did a study, and we can pop the fucking article. It's like they did a study. It's like the number one thing that is proven to make people happy, Harvard fucking study, 20-year study, whatever it is community. It's other fucking people. And that's the shame of like where we're at in 2022 with fucking AI and technology and this and that. And I love it for so many reasons because like you're able to view it through this, but like you want to know how to actually be happy? It's like get the fuck off your phone and speak to someone. Speak to the person at the fucking register at the grocery store. Speak to your waiter. Speak to the fucking homeless person, and see where the fuck that takes you, And bro, it can take you so many places. You could speak to someone on the street and all of a sudden you're on their boat sailing, with their family and fucking they're French and you're fucking eating baguettes, I don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? But like, that's like the fucking cool thing about life, bro. Like that's what I like about life is like I've realized is like Bro, so many people call me fucking unrealistic, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about? What the fuck is unrealistic? Like everything, look around your fucking room right now. Someone thought of it to get there, you know? You're only limited by the limits you put on your fucking imagination. Because if you imagine it, odds are it can happen. And no, I'm not talking about fucking alien this and that. I mean, sure, maybe, you know, maybe even that. But like, bro, if you have a practical fucking goal or something practical, you can achieve it. Because look at the people that have achieved it. And are they that different from you? And if they are, it's like, dude, it's time to fucking, hey, reality check, look in the mirror. How can I be better? You know, I talked about that on the last fucking episode, you know, and I think that's fucking important for people. It's like, dude, like, why are we giving fucking second place, third place, fourth place, fifth place trophies? You're second place in war, you get your head shot off, right? It's like not a good thing to be second place, you know? And maybe that's a little bit of a masculine approach, but I think that that's another issue, bro, is like people need that approach. There is utility to being aggressive and being confident, you know, and having a little bit of that fucking bad motherfucker in you, you know? So, you know, I mean, bro, we're going so many different ways, but like, I'm just passionate about that in general, bro. I was speaking about that this past week, you know, about like I would like to post content about like being masculine. You know, what does that mean? Because it's like, dude, it's again, bro, it's one of the reasons why people speak to me. Because I'm a savage, bro. Because I could take a man and I could skin him and I could wear him as a coat, you know? And that sounds brutal and fucking terrible, but like, and I would never do that. But I'm just saying, like, that's the type of ruthless aggression you need to have, because 1 minute you're dealing with a fucking anxiety attack and you're in fetal position, which I've been in. I've been in fucking fetal position from mental shit, you know? And the only thing that was able to get me out of that was like my fucking human will of like, yo, I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm gonna you know what ruthless aggression looks like when you're having anxiety and you're having depression? It doesn't look like you're fucking fighting anyone or hurting anybody. It looks like you're taking all of your fucking strength that you have and you're getting in your fucking car and you're driving to Barnes and Noble and you're pulling over every fucking 3 minutes because you're having panic attacks to get to the self-help section at Barnes and Noble. That's what the fuck aggression is all about, you know? So that's why I think it's like, it's a lost fucking art, you know? It's like, why are we banning that or getting rid of that? So I don't know, bro. That's my take on that. It has served me well, and it's sad to see that kind of being outlawed in a sense, I guess, bro.
Yeah, I mean, bro, that's like one of my favorite. I'm pretty sure Jordan Peterson quotes, where, you know, I'd rather be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
And you know, he talks about like you should be a monster. Like you should be a monster, and you should learn how to control that masculinity or anger or fire, you know, inside of you. You have to learn how to control that, like almost like the Hulk. Like, it's better to have that side of you because it gives you an edge and gives you, you know, it just propels you so far forward than if you're just, you know, taking the back seat all the time and being the nice guy, because you're going to get walked over in life. People are going to run all over you if you don't have that.
And go on.
No. What were you going to say?
And people fucking do it, bro. I'm dealing with it right now because I'm fucking way too kind. You know, people walk over you 24/7, especially in business. It's a shark eat fucking shark world, you know? And for me, I'm like realizing, I'm like, dude, I used to play Division I football and run into motherfuckers full speed. And I'm letting this dude who's fat and 50 years old and can barely fucking get hard speak to me that way? Who the fuck are you, dude? You know who you're fucking speaking to? You know what I'm saying? And hey, bro, it's not about being more masculine or being more aggressive or being more macho than anyone else. It's just about common fucking decency. It's like, yo, who are you talking to like that? That shit used to drive me crazy, bro. I was saying it this week. I would go to a job, a 9 to 5 serving job, right? And I'd have this fucking boss. I'd be a minute late to work, bro. And another man would come at me, 220 pounds, savage, certified, right? And get in, and scream in my face on some like, yo, you're really like just screaming in my face like a psychopath. I'm in the position of like kind of having employees right now. You know how disrespectful it is to scream in another man's face? And you know how fucking ass backwards it is to scream in another man's face if that man can eat you? You know? Bro, it's like the Dark Knight fucking Rises. It's when the rich man talks to Bane and Bane picks him up by the neck and snaps his fucking neck. And that's another problem, I think, with society. It's like, I think there is utility in survival of the fittest. And it's not to... Bro, what makes Batman so fucking good? It's not that he's this virtuous, kind, loving man. He's a monster. But what makes Batman so good is that he's able to take his shadow, his monster of a self, and use it for good. And that's what I think. Yeah. I think that more people need to... I think we need to reword what is virtuous. Being virtuous isn't being kind and loving everyone and being harmless. Bro, Jordan Peterson said this shit. If you're harmless, you're a fucking rabbit. You're no good for nothing. You're just there to be eaten by everything else. You know? Being harmless and being virtuous is not the same thing. You just said it. What would you rather be? Be a warrior in a garden or be a gardener of war? And listen, maybe this sounds fucking way too masculine for some people, right? But the reality of the situation is I live in Miami, bro, and people live in Chicago and people live in all these places. And bro, shit is kind of something, like there's a lot of shit going on. And what are you going to do, bro, if someone steps at your family? You know, you want to be a gardener in that situation, or you want to be a fucking warrior? And maybe people won't like that, but I think that's the truth, bro. So that's just my stance. I don't know.
Yeah, nah, like, bro, I mean, you spoke about it, like talking about Batman and stuff like that, where you need to learn how to bring those, you know, that darkness and that passion and evil inside of you, and you need to, you know, turn it to something good, something productive. And a lot of the times we allow all the things and traumas in our lives to build up over time, and then we want to lash out on everyone, right? And we want to use all this pain inside of us and this hurt, and we use it negatively. And the more you do that, bro, the more you are just separating yourself from like being a good person. At the end of the day, like, you need to be a good person. You want people to like you. You want to just be someone that people want to be around. You want to be someone that, you know your friends can call, you know? You want to be that person. And if you allow that darkness and all the things that happened to you when you were a kid, or, you know, a relationship, you know, you get fired, like all the things that happen in your life, you lose a loved one, all this stuff, you can either carry that with you negatively, or you can use that as fuel and use it in a positive light. And that's, bro, that's a huge thing with like people that make it. They have a why.
Yeah.
A lot of people in life do not have a why. I used to write it on all my sneakers. What's your why? If you don't have a why in this life, you're not going to go anywhere. There's nothing that drives you or motivates you. You need to have a reason. You need to have a purpose. You need to have something that motivates you, something that gets you out of bed in the morning, something that keeps you going when shit goes south, you know? And obviously my mom has been that for me. And You know, all the shit I've been through, bro. I was talking to my boy today. Like, we just had a conversation because we've had very similar paths, and bro, like, it would have been so easy to quit. You know, if I feel like if the average person or the regular person was in my shoes, and they didn't have, you know what I'm saying, like they never lost a parent, they never went through really anything, and then they tried to reenact my story, bro, they would have quit years ago.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have kept going, you know. And that's like just the slogan I like to live by. Our favorite artist, just keep going, bro.
Yeah.
Through it all, through the highs, the lows, the in betweens, because all of it is just building and serving a greater purpose. Because I truly think that, and sometimes it's really it's tough, and it's been tough, but if you can find your why and find that reason to keep going, I mean, that's really that. Why else are you living? You know?
I think that one of the saddest things in life, bro, is like walking through life on autopilot. And why the fuck would you walk through life on autopilot? Because like, yeah, you don't have like. Okay, let me rephrase that. One of the saddest things in life is not having something to fucking get you jacked the fuck up to get out of bed in the morning.
Yeah.
Some of the happiest people that I've met in life wake up excited, you know? And where does that excitement come from, bro? It comes from having a goal and seeing it through to completion, bro. I've said it before. What is success? Success isn't money or drugs or bitches or X, Y, and fucking Z. Success is having a goal and seeing it through to completion. And the cool thing about life is like you can have all these fucking goals. You can have micro goals. Hey, I want to learn how to box. You can learn that in 3 months. You're successful. I want to learn how to play the guitar. Learn that in fucking 6 months. You're successful. I want to learn how to be a better boyfriend. Maybe that takes you fucking 2 years. Guess what? You're successful. You know, it's scary to think about that there's all these things in life you can do. You can ski, you can surf, you can mountain climb, you could fucking go to religious retreats, you can eat food, you can cook. And people like limit themselves to like corporate America, 9 to 5 job, deal with a fucking significant other that like we don't really even like each other, and watch college football. What the fuck, dude? There's France out there. You know what I'm saying? There's fucking, I don't know, there's Africa, like, bro, and like, and I always bring it back to like the continents and experience and exploring, because like, bro, that's calling me, you know? It's like, honestly, bro, like for us, yeah, you know, I want to take this shit on the road, you know? I want to, and like, bro, it's a blessing that we're able to do this. It's a blessing in 2022 that like, this could be a job. And no matter what the fuck my father thinks about it, like, this is a job, you know? Like, and it makes real fucking money, you know? What are these streamers making a month? You know, we talked about it today. Like, one of the biggest streamers in the world is making $465,000 fucking dollars a month off of Twitch. So it's like, yo, maybe if you're watching this and you're a parent and you come across this clip and your son or your daughter tells you that they want to be a streamer or a YouTuber or an influencer, maybe take them a little serious, right? Maybe help them, buy them a fucking camera and say, hey, you know what? Don't do that. I want you to get a PhD. For what? Go to school for 8 fucking years, and at the end of the entire thing, be more confused than when you started because you got a PhD in astronomic fucking communicational gender religious studies, and now you make $30,000 a year and you're in debt $400,000. Why is it fucking so unrealistic to say I want to be an influencer? It's a real thing now. You know,
I truly think I think because it's so fresh and because it's so new. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't a thing. This wasn't even a thing 20 years ago. You know, like you had to be an A-list actor or a rapper or a rock star, you know, to be that, or be on TV, you know, on, you know, news channels and broadcasting and stuff like that. But, you know, you talked about people, you know, maybe people don't do that because of the opinions of their friends, family, the way they're going to be judged, right? And that's like a key thing with like being authentic, and you need to do what fits you, not what others think. And it may cost you relationships. And that's why I have this quote. I actually had it right here with from Jay Shetty, and it has exactly what to do with what you're talking about. So he says, when you try to live your most authentic life, some of your relationships will be put in jeopardy. Losing them is a risk worth bearing. Finding a way to keep them in your life is a challenge worth taking. And bro, that stuck with me, because when you want to live your most authentic life, it doesn't always make sense for everyone else around you, even the people closest to you. Not everyone's going to believe in you when you say, what you want to do or what you want to chase. People will look at you like you're fucking crazy. You tell them you want to do this, and you are so, passionate about it, and you feel so fired up about it, and then you tell people and they shoot it down because they don't think that they're capable of doing it. So you chasing a dream, it may cost you relationships, it may cost you friendships, it may cost you fucking family members. But if you can look in the mirror and be authentic with yourself and do something that brings you true happiness and true joy and something to look forward to, that's the most important part. Not doing what others think. It's, bro, I mean, we talk about it almost all the time, bro. Like, just stop caring what people think. There's so much out there, bro. We have so much opportunity now to change the world. And if you can provide value and bring value to other people, bro, there's a lane for you, and no matter what you're doing. If you can provide value to other people where they can engage enough to support you and they want to listen to you, I mean, bro, the sky's the limit. We have, you know what I'm saying? Like, we have everything we need to make this thing a reality. And I feel like we're so close. Like, I could feel it. We're right on the cusp. We're right on the brink of really taking this thing to the next level. And I mean, bro, like, we talk about it like, bro, bro, we were in fucking 4th grade together. 4th grade class together at fucking Birchwood Intermediate School in Huntington Station, New York. Nobody would have guessed that. Nobody would have believed us. If we were from the future and we went back and told people, yo, we became some of the biggest podcasters on fucking YouTube, on TikTok, people would have laughed. So it doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter how they perceive you or what they want for you. None of that shit matters, bro. Had a conversation today, bro. I'm going to do this shit regardless. I'm going to do this shit until the wheels fall off. Because you only get one chance at this, bro. We're 25 years old. You only get to be 25 once. 25 years old, one time. I could always go get a job when I'm 40. I could go get a 9 to 5. I could go work security. I could go be a teacher. I could go be a cop. I could go do all that and have security. I can't go back and do this. That's advice for anyone trying to chase their dream, bro. You can't go back. You get one chance to do that. And sometimes that window is so small that if you miss that opportunity, that window shuts and it never opens again. And then you look back when you're 40 and you live in regret and you live in fucking just disappointment all the time because you think about what could have been. And I refuse to be that. I refuse to be that person that looks back and been like, damn, I should have took it more serious. Damn, I should have really, made the most of my opportunity when I had the chance. Not going to be me, bro. And I know that's not going to be you, so.
Clip it.
Yeah. We're at around like the 50-minute mark. I got one of those funky questions for you, and we'll wrap this shit up.
All right, sounds good, Koosh. Sounds good.
This
really quick before you get into that, bro. I just want to speak.
Yeah.
I just want to speak about that, bro, because it's very important to me, bro, and for fucking 3 years, man, bro, it's like as long as I can fucking live, bro. I've been shooting for the stars, and I've been having people trying to shoot me down, and then I accomplished the thing, and then now they're my biggest fucking fan, You have two options. You know, you listen to what everyone else says about how you should live your life, and you give up on your dreams, and you're miserable, and then you die. Or you really fucking shoot for the stars, man. You fucking move out of that country, you know. You fucking do whatever it takes, and that's the other thing. It's like, yo, it's not gonna be easy. I'll tell you that. It's not gonna be fucking easy, okay? But it's gonna be worth it every step of the fucking way. And what's the reward? Okay, after maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years, right? You get the thing you wanted. Okay, and then it evolves into being something more beautiful than you can ever fucking imagine, because it always does. That's how it's worked for me. Any type of anything that I've ever wanted to achieve, I had a thought of how I wanted it to go in my head, and it didn't go that way because it went better, you know. So that's just something. It's really fucking important, man. It's like dude, it's part of what this whole fucking brand, the journey, and then what, you know, Jacob Moscato, what my personal brand is like built around, is like following your dreams. And maybe some people call that corny, but it's like, go fuck yourself, you know? It's like what's the other option? What's the other alternative? You know? Thinking that life is realistic and there's only a couple ways to live. How's that working for you? I'm doing pretty good, you know? So anyway, let's run it.
Yeah. Okay, so this question is completely fucked. I'm not gonna lie. Completely fucked.
Here we go. I'm gonna finish this, bro. Yo, by the way, bro, I didn't eat today, so I'm pretty bombed. Let's rip it.
All right. So, would you punch a baby, but nobody ever finds out, or not punch a baby, but everyone thinks you did for the rest of your life?
Would I rather punch a baby or everyone finds out, or would I rather not punch a baby, but everyone thinks that I punched a baby for the rest of my life? Mm-hmm. I mean, bro, my immediate reaction is
no. Nobody, no, you punch the baby, but nobody finds out.
If I punch the baby, nobody finds out that I punched the baby.
Only you know, but you punched it.
How hard is the punch?
I mean, bro, you didn't kill him, but like, bro, you punched a baby. Like, you gave him a nice jab, and nobody knows, but you got to live with that. Or you never punched the baby. You burped him, you fed him, but everyone knows that you're the baby puncher when you walk into the room.
One, I despise this question, and I like where we're going with this. I like where we're going with this end of the podcast question, but I'm gonna say this was poor due diligence on your end, because I fucking hate this question, and I don't know what type of hole. I don't know how canceled you want this podcast to get started before. I don't know how finished you want this podcast before it gets started. So I'm gonna crack a fucking beer, and I guess I'm gonna be virtuous and not punch the baby, and then be the baby puncher for the rest of my life, because this is a ridiculous question, and I'm glad it's not a reality. But if you're here, I'm glad you're fucking watching, because next month we have 5 guests on with a combined 20 million plus in following, and we're gonna do our fucking best to keep this up at a fucking way higher rate and bring you guys amazing conversations, and most importantly, inspire with a little bit of charisma, a little bit of magic, a little bit of practicality, and a little bit of making money, I guess. So anyway, that's the journey. That's my take on that. Zach Cummings, that was a terrible question. I love you to death, and I'm happy we're doing this together, brother. Let's fucking rod.
Yeah, no, good stuff, man. Anyone here still watching, just know that we have a lot on the way. Like, we're, you know what I'm saying, like, we're game planning.
We talk about it every day. Every day we talk about the shit. And community is going to be a big aspect of this, bro. I was thinking about that today, like, because we've been kind of thinking about how can we, you know, what type of products can we come up with, merch and this and that. It's like, dude, the first thing we'll do is like, yo, we'll create a community. And like, dude, like, I'm not worried about fucking money, bro. I'm gonna have more money than fucking Mark Cuban. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like, I'll fly people out for free. You know, I'll get people Rolexes for free. Oh, by the way, wrist check. Yeah, it's me with a Rolex. Screenshot it. Right? So, yeah, I'm not worried about the money, bro. Community is important to me. We'll start there, but eventually we'll come out with any type of product that we ever come out with and we ever put in our link tree, it's going to be there to essentially help you change your life, and we'll always do it for a good price, you know, because we understand that that, you know, money is tight for certain people, but I believe you have to spend money to take shit serious, you know. Also, we're going to drop some fucking dope merch because we have a dope graphic designer on the team, and maybe I'll announce her soon. Anyway, that's the spiel.
Yeah.
Arkush.
Yeah, man, we got a lot in store. I'm excited to see when you know, this thing finally takes off in abundance.
Abundance, baby. Great app. Love you, cuz.
Love you too, man. Good stuff.